This video is to help you with the recreation slash fitness plan. This is the first time I've tried using video to explain or help explain directions. So I'd appreciate it if you would give me some feedback and let me know if this helps you. You have a choice on either developing a curriculum plan for a recreation center for a large metropolitan city, or you can do a fitness plan for a health club also in a large urban center. So it's your choice. The green highlighted text in the written directions is for information specific for a recreation plan, and in red is if you want to do a fitness plan. Anything in the black text, it applies to both plans. And you're the recreation director. If you choose to do a recreation plan, that's your role. And for the fitness plan, you're the general manager of the health club. Specific to the recreation plan, you're going to develop a class schedule that covers 2 seasons, either fall, winter, spring, summer. And when you're considering the choices of classes that you're going to include in the plan, you want to think about what location that you're having this plan in. And for example, if we're doing something in Colorado and you're doing a fall-winter plan, you need to consider the snow, etc. when you're picking out classes. Also, for a recreation plan, you want to consider what's the definition of recreation. It's anything we do for fun in our leisure time. So that means that you're not just going to have sports and fitness classes if you decide to do this type of plan. And to generate ideas, you're going to do some research, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. For both plans, however, both the recreation and fitness plans, you need to have a series of classes for children, teenagers, adults, and seniors for all age groups. And you can look at specifics for that part of the plan by looking at the written directions. For the recreation plan, you're going to make sure you have a date range when classes start and stop. There's also some other details to look at in the written text. What else do I want to tell you about the recreation? Also, for the recreation plan, you want to figure out how much for each class. You should have a cost structure. And again, through your research, you're going to try to figure out what's a reasonable cost for each of your classes. Also, please group the information by age. So all the classes that apply to children should be grouped together. For the fitness plan, we're also going to be developing a series of classes. Some of your classes may be ongoing. For example, you might want to include spinning in your plan. That could be a regular class every Wednesday. You also may include classes that have a date range. For example, at your fitness health club, you may have tennis courts, and you may have a class in beginning tennis. That obviously would have a date range. Also related to cost, if you're doing a fitness plan, you must have a detailed explanation of the membership dues, and also if certain classes cost extra. For example, back to my tennis example, probably you would have membership dues, and then these type of classes, like beginning tennis, would be an additional charge. And so you want to think through those things and try to figure out what is reasonable to charge. Another section of your plan is where you're going to apply the concepts from the textbook that you've been reading about to provide a written rationale how you can apply concepts related to specific classes in your fitness or recreation plan. For example, if some characteristics of the sports education model are appealing to you, you're going to discuss that in writing in detail. For example, one of the characteristics of the sports education model is a culminating event. So you might, if you're offering a tennis class, maybe you discuss in writing how you're going to structure this culminating event to make it more motivational and fun. You might have the Colorado Open at the end of the tennis class where you do a round-robin tournament and have awards. That discussion would show that you're thinking about specific characteristics of a model, and you're showing me how you're using the model to make curricular choices in your plan. This section is going to be 3 to 4 pages double-spaced, and you want to provide examples from specific classes for each age group. And you have to use at least 3 of the curriculum models from the text in this section. It can be any combination of any models that appeal to you. Also, sometimes the location drives your choices of what classes you offer, and certain models match up well with that. For example, if we set up a recreation center in Colorado, outdoor education, adventure education, those curricular models make some sense, that you discuss those and talk about what appeals to you and how you're using them in specific classes. One of the things I'm looking for is you're providing clear examples of how things apply. Another section of your plan is research. You are required to, either by doing it online, interviewing people, or having them mail you information, look at 3 recreation centers or 3 fitness facilities in larger areas and find out what their class schedules are. Find out what the cost structure is. Learn about what other facilities do. And what I want you to do is take bits and pieces from your research and from these offerings and make your own plan. You can also use some of your own ideas to develop what type of classes you're going to offer. However, what I don't want you to do is do not copy large chunks of information from one particular fitness center, wherever it is, or one recreation center. Also, I know some of you work at a health club currently, for example. You're welcome to take some of the classes that they offer and put into your plan, but again, please do not copy large pieces of information from these different areas. You're sort of blending it together through your research. And in this section of your plan, when you're going to talk about how each of these different places that you researched, what you took from that. What did you take from an interview that you did? What did you learn from searching online and looking at Denver Recreation? Okay, and you're going to provide me with the references so I can find that information and look at it if I want to when I'm evaluating your plan. If you get something through the mail, which is perfectly appropriate, you're required to scan that information and include that in your plan so I can see it. Again, if you were in charge of starting something new, this would probably make sense. You would start exploring similar recreation centers or fitness facilities to see what's out there, and that's the point. I will also sort of to switch gears here. The chapter assignments and the readings, as you already know, are not very time intensive. The reading is very straightforward and easy and understandable, and the chapter questions are fairly straightforward. However, this project is time intensive, and what I want you to do is work on this project in small doses. We have over a month to complete this. It's not recommended that you wait till the last minute to do this, to be successful in here. I will send you a rubric which shows you how I'm grading the plan to help you. And the last piece of information that we're going to at least talk about here for the video is that you're required to meet with me one time, either in person or over the phone. When you come to the meeting, you're going to bring in what I call a draft of your project. And I'm going to provide specific details in the written directions on what I want you to bring to the meeting. If you are from a distance and you're going to talk with me over the phone, then you're going to email me the draft information prior to us talking over the phone. I'm also going to send you a date range when I want you to set appointments. Okay, and when is the last date that I'll meet with you. Okay, the idea is that you come in or I talk to you over the phone and I can help you. When I teach online courses, I don't like to just leave you alone to work on a project without any interaction. So that's the point of this, and there's points assigned to meeting with me and turning in the draft information. The last point I'm going to go over is that please make sure that when you're working on the section where you're describing how you're implementing various models into your plan, that you write all your information in your own words. You paraphrase. In the past, there's been a few students, very few, but a few that have copied large chunks of information from the textbook or other sources. So Please make sure you're doing things in your own words throughout the project. Finally, the other point is, besides meeting with me one time or talking to me over the phone one time, please send me email questions, call me if you're confused, because I don't know if you need help unless you let me know. So I hope you find this project interesting and engaging, and I'll talk to you soon.